Alright, so this is the first aggression devlog. So, what is aggression? So, firstly, this is a teardown mod which aims to make the game into a fully functional first-person shooter campaign, very similar to what you'd find in a COD campaign or something like that. So this is actually mainly inspired by different movement shooters like Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Get to the Orange Door, Ultra Kills, stuff like that. And this is kind of my homage to it and seeing what I can do. Now, usually what I would do with this kind of stuff is show the new stuff I've made. However, I'm sure most people watching this have no clue what's going on or what this is. So I'm going to use this as an introduction episode. So let's get started. So firstly, let's take a look around. We got a bunch of stuff going on. That just exploded. Look at that. So exciting. So, firstly, this is kind of the most important thing we can start off with. This is the loadout terminal. It's going to allow you to make your own loadout. So, we got 6 weapons here. These are the weapons you'll get very familiar with over the course of the game. So, firstly, we got the pump shotgun. It's a shotgun. Not much to it. However, each weapon has their own alternative fire. So, let's see what this one is. You pump the shotgun, but you don't shoot? What does that mean? Well, firstly, what you do is the next shot you take, it's going to shoot more pellets. Like, it's going to multiply the amount of pellets you shoot. And you can do this multiple times. So if we shoot, it consumes a bunch of bullets, but the damage that it does is much greater. Now, see, we're out of ammo. What a tragedy. Now, let's pretend this is an enemy. Let's pretend this isn't a red cube I'm using for development purposes. If we laser this enemy, then boom, we have our ammo back. And if I just do this a bunch more, you can see in the bottom right where my, right in the bottom right, I don't know if you could see my cursor, but I was like hovering over where it would be. But you can see that it's only half full, and it's like greenish. So to replenish this, we just kick the enemy. And we have our laser charge back. Boom, look at that. Now, onto our next weapon, the auto shotgun. This is kind of our spray and pray weapon. Got a bunch of shells in it. Look at that. However, there's a reason for all this ammo, and that is because the alternative fire is a guzzler. This shit will make your ammo run out instantaneously. Pretty self-explanatory what it does. You can see for yourself. And we can just replenish all this. Cool. We're on a roll. So, the bolt action rifle. So this is kind of the weapon that is meant to be used at a range. So, as you can see, it works from a range pretty well. Bullet speed is insanely fast. Does exactly what you'd expect. However, the alt fire makes it even better. It does decrease the fire rate just a bit. However, your weapon penetration is going to increase by a lot. So you can wallbang enemies or wallbang through enemies because of Teardown's destruction system. Cool. We're on a roll. Alright, let's go here to the Uzi. So the Uzi is, so actually this is for all the pistols. All the pistols have their own unique way of regaining ammunition. And for the Uzi, firstly, we just shoot it a bunch. And we just stop. We regain ammo. So it's meant to kind of be like an overheat mechanic. Hence the glowing indicators on the weapon. Kind of acting as like a, this is getting too hot. And if we just let it go over the threshold, we're going to have to wait for a cooldown. That's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. And we're back. So, now what's the alt fire for this? This is actually a pistol whip. So this is completely unrelated to the actual, like, ammunition or anything like that. So, cool. Now, it's not only just an attack to melee weapons, or melee enemies, but you can also use it as a movement tool. But it's a bit more interesting than just dashing forward, because if you don't move at all and you have no momentum, you'll only go forward a bit. However, let's say we do something like slide jump or dash. We do that now, you're going to go much further because it scales with your momentum. And if you move backwards, you're going to go even less far. Cool. So the flare gun. This is the high risk, high reward weapon. This is, by all intents, only... it is meant to just punish you when you miss. Because there's only 3 shells, but that's just it. You are only punished when you miss. Because if you hit an enemy, you get your bullet back. So, cool stuff. what happens if you miss? How do you regain it? You don't just laser things. That's stupid. So, you kick him. So, if you miss, you are penalized because you have to go up close to an enemy and kick him and not get damaged. See? Pretty interesting stuff. That's like game design. Look at that. And the alt fire for this is, you see that yellow little bar beside our ammo counter? So that will go up and down, and the more you hold it for, the faster it will go up and down, because I don't want people just holding this forever. And so the longer you hold it for, it's going to actually get harder to pull it off. But when the yellow bar is at its peak, it's at the highest, it will do the most damage. So the higher the bar is, the more damage you do. So if we release this at the top, it's going to do a bunch of damage, and let's compare it to a normal shot. See the difference? Cool. And our last weapon, the revolver. So this is a fully semi-automatic weapon. Cool. And if we just run out of ammo, you can see it's just a reload. Nothing fancy. No lasering, no kicking, no hitting enemies, stuff like that. But the alt fire for this is a bit different, because if I'm pressing right click right now, it does nothing. However, if I hit an enemy first, you'll see that yellow bar charging up. What is that? If it's at max, and we press it, it's a flamethrower. Look at that. Anyways, you don't need to wait until it's fully charged either. You can just hit it once, and it does like a little sprinkle. You can do it midway. You can do it whenever you want. But the longer you have it charged up for, the longer it will last. Okay, so what else we got in here? So I don't know if you guys recognized this earlier, but you'll see these. These are called weapon tokens. These are kind of like the crux of your loadout system. So as you've seen all the stats of the weapons, but so each one will increase and decrease another stat in your weapon. So if we max this out, damage and fire rate, it's going to increase your damage, but also as a trade-off, increase your fire rate. So you're going to have a weapon that does a ton of damage, but it hits super slow. So in order to counter that, you're going to have to go to this one, which decreases the fire rate, but also decreases the rate of which you reload. So you're going to have a weapon that's way more balanced now, but your reload time is going to be far longer. And if you want to reset your loadout, you just press this right here, and you can start from scratch, and there's a ton of different things you can do with this. Each weapon has its own downsides, its own strengths, so you got to play around with it, see which loadout is good for you. And you can only max it out 3 times, so you can't just stack everything once and then live with one shitty, terrible stat and one really good one. No, you're gonna have to think and put some thought into your loadout. And you're going to be able to make a loadout once each stage, so once you get into a stage, there's no going back. If you want to change your loadout, you're gonna have to start from scratch and make a new one over again. And so last, to work with these, we have the perks. So there's 8 perks, and you can select up to a total of 2 at a time. So firstly, there's the blue laser, which will make your laser blue. Very fancy, I know. And it will make the laser do more damage, but you will run out of ammo in your laser much faster. The Daredevil perk will cut your health, your max health, in half. However, your ability cooldowns will also be cut in half. So there's basically just, you gotta move faster, you gotta think faster on your toes. And the mending perk, so when you damage an enemy, you will regain health. You haven't seen that because we haven't gone to any fights yet, but instead this perk will make that not happen. And instead, if you don't take damage for a certain amount of time, you will just passively regain your health, very similar to what you see in games like COD. The tough skin perk, this will just make you take 15% less damage. This is for people that just can't fucking beat it and just need some help. The gun game perk, this is my favorite. Kill an enemy to get a new gun. Exactly the way it sounds, incredibly fun. But this can really screw over your loadout if you're not being careful. Mega Worm, this is just a super hot reference. It is just identical to super hot. Sparky, this is a pet. He works in everything. Where is he? Hey buddy. You can even pet him. He doesn't work right now. Well, he does, but he's broken. He just instantly kills everything, so we're not going to show him today. Sorry, buddy. And this perk is not done. I don't know what I'm going to make it yet, but the one that you see currently on screen sucks, so we're not going to show you that. Now, Last thing to show here, the glossary is not done, but this will explain a bunch of different lore things because I put a lot of work into the story and stuff like that. However, we got the progression tab, so if I press this button, you'll see there's a bunch of stars everywhere. What does this mean? Okay, so in the top right, you're going to see that little menu. You might have noticed it earlier, but you're going to see some things are green, some things are yellow. If something is yellow, that means that you have not completed that task yet. If it's green, that means you have. So let's go over here to these yellow cubes, and you're going to see an interact thing with them, and if I interact with them, you're going to see that question mark just turned green. What that means is that I completed all the secret stuff. So if I interact with this, which will end the stage, as you can see from that description, you'll see that I have 4 of the stars are now green. Why is that? Because those are the stars that I just unlocked for beating that stage. However, that gray one I did not unlock simply because I didn't beat the stage in time. If you were paying attention earlier in the video, you could see at the beginning it was slowly counting down. And if you don't make it in there in time, you'd miss out on the star. So what does that give us? It says 4 on the top now. So we unlocked 4 things, 4 skins. The skin names aren't done yet, by the way. So if we select this for a shotgun, oh yeah, I have the shotgun selected. And so you can see we have a pirate skin now. Ain't that fancy? And each skin, I'll give myself all the stars back now. Each skin has their own crazy little thing going on with it. This one shoots flaming stars. This one is a voodoo doll that you stab with a needle, and it shoots out little projectiles at you. There's a ton of different ones. Each one has their own little thing going on with them. This one's a glue gun. I'm not going to show you all of them. Don't want to spoil them now. But there's a ton of different unique ones, and I'm super proud of the way they came out. Now, let's get on to the actual things around the level. So firstly, simple, we got the jump pad. This one just launches you when you step on it. This is a checkpoint. Don't know if I'll still use this, so I'm not going to show it much. This is a teleporter. Self-explanatory, it teleports you. This pipe isn't done. This is an explosive barrel. So, now you might think just breaking it makes it explode. No, that's stupid. So, you have to press it to arm it, and then slowly... Okay, let's get rid of this. Now, what are these things? These little cubes. So this is the laser cannon thing. So it's a prop that you can pick up, and when you interact with it, it shoots a laser. Very similar to this one, except you don't have to worry about ammo consumption about this one, and this one also doesn't give you ammo when you shoot things. So it's kind of just a fun little prop to play around with, shoot some bad guys with. And if we just run out of the charge real quick, you'll see it starts to overheat. Get away from me. I don't want to be near you. There it goes. Now, very similar is this one. This is the barrel cannon. It shoots the barrels I showed you earlier, but they explode on impact. If we just shoot a bunch of these. This one's overheating too. Overheating on this one is much more casual. Bye-bye. Okay, so what else we got? So we got pickups and power-ups. So power-ups, so these do different things. So invincibility is invincibility. Frenzy will decrease your fire rate in half and also give you infinite ammo. Double damage is double damage. Steel toe will make your kick do damage. Rampage is something very interesting. I don't want to spoil it. And All-Star will give you all the following effects, and this gray one will give you a random one out of the 6. And just to show you how they work, you just pick it up, we'll show the timer, and as you can see, I can shoot super fast, and I have infinite ammo, so I can just do whatever. Cool. And then this will run out, and that'll be it. Particles will stop, all that. So, ammo. The ammo pickup gives you ammo. This one gives you health. This one, if you look at my laser charge, boom, I have more laser stuff now. Pretty simple. That right there, the blue one, is a dash pickup. So what does this do? It will replenish your dash and your double jump midair. It just allows me to make a bunch of different parkour stuff where you can have the dash midair. Stuff like that. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. And so that's pretty much all the different map stuff. So I guess... Oh, wait, no, there's this. There's this. So if you kick it, you just get a new weapon. Cool. Yeah, pretty simple. It blows up after 9 kicks. However, so I'll use the rifle to fight some enemies now, because as I said, there's one mechanic that the alt fire has which only works on enemies. So currently the enemies we have are these rolling balls called tumblers, and as you can see, boom, they now are highlighted through walls. And now you can see this one's flashing. What does that mean? So that means that it's stunned. So if I kick it during this part, I will do an execution kill, which gives me a bunch of ammo, health, laser charge, and will replenish my dash. So it does a lot, definitely worth doing it. The animations are not complete yet. However, they will be soon. You just got better stuff to worry about. Now, if I actually select this power-up I was talking about here, the Rampage perk, my fists will now do an execution every single time I punch an enemy. Get over here. And now it's gone. But yeah, these enemies do get stuck on walls very easily. They won't in the future, but we haven't really been focusing on our enemies that much, because making enemies in this game is an incredibly difficult process. I'm not going to fight all these guys. This video is long enough as it is. So yeah, anyways, as many of you already know, this is a mod in progress, and I work on it essentially every day. So there's going to be a lot I hope to post, and I hope you guys like this video, or at least the format of it. I don't mean some cliche bullshit. I mean, I'm not asking you to like the video. I just hope you do, because I better have a good reason to make these. Anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of things that are unfinished in this video. Oh, I didn't even show the grappling hook. But yeah, the grappling hook, pretty simple. You could just grab the things, shoot them, kick them, whatever. Yeah. But yeah. So there's a lot of things that are unfinished. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to see them in the comments. And yeah, I hope to post something around every week if I have things done that week. But yeah, all right. See ya.